It means when you have time, what do you do? When I have time, I read a book. Number 5. 아이가 밖에서 놀 때 저는 집안일을 해요. It means when my child plays outside, I do housework.
Yes, you did really well. If the correct answer is incorrect, please review it again and practice again. Okay? Well, before starting today's class, I will review what we learned last time. We learned 뭐뭐을 때 last time, right? 뭐뭐을 때 is used after the stem of a verb, and 을 때 is used to express the time. Also, it is occurrence of certain actions or conditions. It means the same as when.
Next, we will review the form of 을 때. First, 을 때 is used with verbs, adjectives, and 있다, 없다. Second, 을 때 is used with verb stem ending in a consonant, and 리을 때 is used with verb stem ending in a vowel.
Yes, then I will explain it a little more easily through the example sentences, right? This is an example sentence when there is the final consonant. 라면을 먹을 때 김치도 같이 먹어요, right? Repeat after me. 라면을 먹을 때 김치도 같이 먹어요. Okay, here is the final consonant when 다 is removed from the verb 먹다. Then 을 때 is used after. Then it becomes 먹을 때, right? What if the verb has no final consonant, Kelly?
For example, let's look at the sentence. 비가 많이 올 때 축구를 했어요. If you remove 다 from the verb 오다, there is no consonant, right? Yes, then 리을 때 is used after. So it becomes 올 때.
Yes, that's right. It was said that if there is no consonant in the verb, it is said to use 리을 때. I will explain another examples. Let's look at the sentence. 옷을 만들 때 천이 필요해요. 옷을 만들 때 천이 필요해요. When 다 is removed from the verb 만들다, there is a final consonant, 리을, in the stem. Then the verb is used with 때, right? Did you understand? If you understand, please make a circle it over your head. Yeah, thank you. By the way, there are two exceptions. Teacher Kelly, can you explain it?
Yes. In the case of an exception, the first is when there is a final consonant 디귿 in the stem. 디귿 is changed to 리을 and 을 때 is used. In the second case of an exception is there is a final consonant 비읍 in the stem. The 비읍 is changed to 우 and 리을 때 is used.
Yes, thank you. Then Teacher Kelly, can you explain one more through the example sentence in the case of exception?
Yes, let's look at the example sentences together. 저는 음악을 들을 때 행복해요. In this sentence, if there is a consonant 디귿 in the stem, the consonant of the verb 듣다 is changed to 리을 and 을 때 is used. So we can say 들을 때.
Yes, let's look at the next sentence. 날씨가 추울 때 감기를 조심해야 해요. One more time. 날씨가 추울 때 감기를 조심해야 해요. The basic form of 추울 때 is in this sentence is 춥다. In this sentence, if there is a 비읍 in the stem, the 비읍 is changed to 우 and 리을 is used. So we can say 추울 때, right?
Yes. Looking at the example sentences together, it seems to be much better to understand. Yes, that's all for the review. So, Teacher Ethan, can you tell us the table of contents for today?
Of course, I will give you the contents for today's class. First, let's learn the grammar concept of Korea. Second, let's do some problem solution to practice the grammars we learned. Third, after solving the problem, we will learn the concept by applying our knowledge. Fourth, we will practice by repeating the conversation directly through the conversation class. Lastly, we will take a time to organize the class and announce the homework. Then we will start the class.
Yes, what we will learn today is 아서 and 어서. 아서 and 어서 are a grammar used in sentences that connect close related front and real action over time. It should be used when the one action in front presuppose or influence the action in the back. In simple terms, it should be used when an action must occur before the second action can occur. Everyone, is it difficult? Let's learn more easily through the example sentences. This is the first example sentences. 놀이공원에 가서 롤러코스터를 탔어요. This sentence contains two sentences. The first sentence is 놀이공원에 가다. The second sentence is 롤러코스터를 탔어요. In these two sentences, the second sentence is possible only when the first sentence is present. That's why it can be the sentence like 놀이공원에 가서 롤러코스터를 탔어요.
Yes, this is the second example sentence. 선물을 사서 친구에게 줘요. Right? In this sentence also contains two sentences. The first sentence is 선물을 사다. And then the second sentence is 친구에게 줘요. Because you have to buy a gift first and give it to your friend second. These two sentences use 아서 to connect, right? So you can explain me when to use 아서 and when you to use 어서, Kelly.
Yes, I will explain it easily. First of all, when using 아서, it is used when the border of the previous word is 아 or 오. In the second case of using 어서, it is used when the border of the previous word is not 아 or 오.
Oh, yes. But they says that there are features in sentences that use 아서 and 어서. What is it?
Yes, there are three features. The first feature is it is often used with certain verbs. The verbs are 가다, 오다, 만나다, 만들다, 사다, 일어나다, 내리다. For example, in the sentence 학교에 가서 공부해요. The verb 가다 is used. Another example in the sentence 집에 와서 밥 먹어요. The verb 오다 is used.
The second feature is that the subject of the front sentence and the subject of the back sentence must be the same. For example, there are two sentences. 나는 학교에 가요. And 나는 공부했어요. When the subject is the same, the two sentences are combined and the subject of the back sentence is subtracted. Then it becomes the sentence 나는 학교에 가서 공부했어요.
Yes, next, the third feature is that 아서 and 어서 are not used with ending indicating tense. For example, if you combine the sentence 나는 학교에 갔어요 and 나는 공부했어요. We cannot use the past tense such as 나는 학교에 갔어서 공부했어요. If you correct this sentence correctly, it becomes the sentence 나는 학교에 가서 공부했어요.
Yes, then we've learned all the concepts of features. We will have time to practice through the example sentences. This is the first example sentence. 밖에 나가서 산책해요. 아서 is used in this sentence. 아서 was used because the stem of the basic verb 나가다 is a vowel 아.
Yes, this is the second example sentence. 밥을 먹어서 배불러요. 어서 is used in this sentence. In the basic verb 먹다, the stem is the rest of vowel rather than the vowel 아 and 오. So, 어서 is used.
This is the third example sentence. 꽃을 사서 여자친구에게 줘요. 아서 is used in this sentence. In the basic verb 사다, 아서 is used because the stem is vowel 아.
Yes, through the example sentence, I understand exactly how 아서 and 어서 are used. Then, this time, we will have time to practice while solving problems that apply the grammar you learned today.
Shall we call teacher Kangmin to help you solve the problem? Teacher Kangmin.
Hello everyone, I'm teacher Kangmin. Then let's solve the grammar problem we learned today. The first problem will be solved with us. And from the second problem, we will give you a little time, so please try it. This is the first problem. The first problem will be solved by you first. Please take a look and try to solve the second problem first. 저는 옷을 많이 입다. 좀 불편해요. What should we change to 입다? Yes, the correct answer is 입어서. Because the root of the verb 입다 ends with a vowel rather than 아 or 오. blah blah 어서 is used to become 입어서. Did you all understand? Yes, let's read them all together. 저는 옷을 많이 입어서 좀 불편해요. One more time. 저는 옷을 많이 입어서 좀 불편해요. Yes, everyone, isn't it difficult? Shall we solve the next problem? Teacher Ethan?
Yes, this is the second problem. I will give you a little time to think about from this problem. So, I hope you solve it by yourself. 비가 오다. 우산을 샀어요. What should we change to 오다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 와서. Blah blah 아서 is added to become 와서. Did you understand? Yes. Let's read them all together. 비가 와서 우산을 샀어요. One more time. 비가 와서 우산을 샀어요. Yes, everyone. Everyone, isn't it difficult? Shall we solve the next problem? Teacher Kangmin?
Okay, this is the third problem. 질문이 많다. 대답을 다 못했어요. What should we change it to 많다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 많아서. Because the root of the verb 많다 ends in 아, we use 블라블라아서 to become 많아서. Did you all understand? Yes, let's read them all together. 질문이 많아서 대답을 다 못했어요. Okay, one more time. 질문이 많아서 대답을 다 못했어요. Yes, everyone has improved pronunciation a lot.
Do you feel a little easier because you understand while practicing? Yes. Shall we solve the fourth problem now? Okay. Let's read it together. 그 영화가 너무 재미있다. 3번이나 봤어요. What should we change it to 재미있다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 재미있어서. Yes. Since the stem of the verb 있다 ends with a vowel instead of a or o, we use 어서 to become 있어서. So it becomes 있어서. Shall we all read it together? 그 영화가 너무 재미있어서 3번이나 봤어요. One more time. 그 영화가 너무 재미있어서 3번이나 봤어요. Yes, you did it very well.
Okay, then let's solve the fifth problem. 내일이 친구 생일이다. 생일 파티를 할 거예요. Okay, what should I change it to 생일이다? I will give you 5 seconds one more time. Yes, the answer is 생일이어서. Because the root of the verb 이다 ends with a vowel instead of a or o. We use 어서 to become 이어서. So it became 내일이 친구 생일이어서 생일 파티를 할 거예요. Okay, shall we all read it once? 내일이 친구 생일이어서 생일 파티를 할 거예요. Let's read it one more time. 내일이 친구 생일이어서 생일 파티를 할 거예요. Yes, you did so well.
Then let's solve the last problem. 그 돈은 제 돈이 아니다. 마음대로 쓸 수 없습니다. What should we change to 아니다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 아니어서. Because the root of the verb 아니다 ends with the vowel instead of a or o. So we use 어서 to become 아니어서. Are you all following well? Then let's read it together. 그 돈은 제 돈이 아니어서 마음대로 쓸 수 없습니다. Let's read one more time. 그 돈은 제 돈이 아니어서 마음대로 쓸 수 없습니다. Yes, everyone did it very well. It may be difficult to solve this problem at first, but as you keep practicing, learning Korean will become easier and easier. Yes, thank you, Teacher Gangmin. What kind of problem are you going to solve this time?
Yes, this time we will fill in the blanks in the sentence. Okay, read it first. 아이들이 뭐 해요? 거실에 앉다. 만화 영화를 봐요. What should I change it to 앉다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 앉아서. blah blah a서 is used because a or o is included in the stem of the verb 앉다. Then let's read the sentence together. 아이들이 뭐 해요? 거실에 앉아서 만화 영화를 봐요. Okay, let's read it one more time. 아이들이 뭐 해요? 거실에 앉아서 만화 영화를 봐요. Yes, good job.
This is the second problem. A. 어제 뭐 했어요? B. 친구를 만나다 같이 쇼핑했어요. Then, again, I will give you 5 seconds, so please try to solve it. Yes, the correct answer is 만나서, because a is included in a stem of the verb 만나다. So, 아서 is used to make 만나서. Shall we all read the sentence together? A. 어제 뭐 했어요? B. 친구를 만나서 같이 쇼핑했어요. I will read it one more time. 어제 뭐 했어요? 친구를 만나서 같이 쇼핑했어요. Yes, great.
Okay, this is the third problem. A. 오늘 도서관에 가다. 공부할 거예요? B. 네, 내일이 시험이어서요. Okay, I will give you 5 seconds again. Try to solve it. Okay, yes, the correct answer is 가서. Because a is included in the stem of the verb 가다 and 아서 is used. Let's read it together. A. 오늘 도서관에 가서 공부할 거예요? B. 네, 내일이 시험이어서요. Okay, one more time. 오늘 도서관에 가서 공부할 거예요? 네, 내일이 시험이어서요. Yes, you did it very, very well.
Then let's solve the final problem of filling in the blanks. A. 은행에 어떻게 갑니까? B. 이 길을 건너다 왼쪽으로 가세요. Alright? I will give you 5 seconds, so think about it and try it out. Yes, the correct answer is 건너서, because a and o is not included in the stem of the verb 건너다. Blank 어서 is used to make a 건너서. Then let's read the sentence together. Okay? A. 은행에 어떻게 갑니까? B. 이 길을 건너서 왼쪽으로 가세요. One more time. 은행에 어떻게 갑니까? B. 이 길을 건너서 왼쪽으로 가세요. Excellent. Everyone solved the problem very well.
Yes, this time let's solve the writing the right word. 지난 주말에 한강에 갔어요. 그리고 배를 탔어요. Okay, I combine these two sentences together into one sentence. What's the right word for the underline here? I will give you 5 seconds, so please release it. Yes, the correct answer is 가서. Because a is added to the root of the verb 가다. blah blah 아서 is applied to form 가서. Okay, let's read it together. 지난 주말에 한강에 가서 배를 탔어요. Okay, I will read it one more time. 지난 주말에 한강에 가서 배를 탔어요.
Okay, let's solve the second problem. 어제 회사 동료를 만났어요. 그리고 같이 식사를 했어요. How do we solve this problem? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 만나서. Because 아 is included in the root of the verb 만나다. 아서 is applied to make 만나서. Let's read it together again. 어제 회사 동료를 만나서 동료들하고 같이 식사를 했어요. One more time. 어제 회사 동료를 만나서 동료들하고 같이 식사를 했어요. Yes, everyone did it very well. Yes, everyone is following you so well. This is the end of the problem solving time.
Okay, next time I will invite Ariana and Grace to have a conversation time. Teacher Ariana and Grace.
Hello! I'm teacher Ariana and Grace, who will teach you conversation. Everyone, today we are going to Myeongdong for shopping! Everyone, have you ever been Myeongdong? I like shopping very much, so I went to Myeongdong often. There are many clothing stores in Myeongdong, and there are many delicious food. That is why it is one of the places that foreigners visit in Korea very often. Then, shall we go to Myeongdong together? Wow! Awesome! There are really a lot of clothes stores. Oh, shall we enter the store in front of you? Yes, good.
어서오세요.
Hello.
어떤 옷을 찾으시나요?
저는 운동할 때 입는 옷이 작아서 그때 입을 옷을 찾고 있어요. The meaning of this sentence is I'm looking for clothes because the clothes I wear when exercising are small. Here, can you see the grammar 아서 we learned today? 작다 is small. When we remove 다 from 작다, we use 아서 because the word of verb 작다 and with 아. So it becomes 작아서. Repeat after me. 저는 운동할 때 입는 옷이 작아서 그때 입을 옷을 찾고 있어요. 저는 운동할 때 입는 옷이 작아서 그때 입을 옷을 찾고 있어요. Here, 옷 is clothes. 입다 is wear. And 작다 is small. Everyone, what does clothes say in Korean? Yes, it's 옷. So, what does wear say in Korean? Yes, it is 입다. What do you say small in Korean? Yes, it's 작다. Yes, you remember really well. Yes, You almost look like Korean. So now that I bought my clothes, do you want to go for lunch? 네, 그런데 아리아나 씨, 점심 먹기 전에 제 조카가 이 근처에 있는데 잠깐 만나서 인사를 나눠도 될까요? The meaning of this sentence is yes, but Ariana, before lunch, my nephew is around here. Can I meet and say hello for a moment? Here, can you see the grammar as we learned today? 만나다 is meet. When I remove 다 from 만나다, I use it as because the verb of verb 만나다 and we are, so it becomes 만나서. Repeat after me. 네, 그런데 아리아나 씨, 점심 먹기 전에 제 조카가 이 근처에 있는데 잠깐 만나서 인사를 나눠도 될까요? Repeat after me. 네, 그런데 아리아나 씨, 점심 먹기 전에 제 조카가 이 근처에 있는데 잠깐 만나서 인사를 나눠도 될까요? Here 점심 is lunch, 조카 is nephew, and 잠깐 is for a moment. Everyone, what does lunch say in Korean? Yes, it is 점심. So what does nephew say in Korean? Yes, this is 조카. And what do you say for a moment in Korean? Yes, it is 잠깐. Yes, repeat after me. 네, 그런데 아리아나 씨, 점심 먹기 전에 제 조카가 이 근처에 있는데 잠깐 만나서 인사를 나눠도 될까요? Yes, it's really great. Oh, I'm so full. Today lunch is really good. Well, since I ate lunch, why don't you go to park and take a walk? 너무 좋죠. 근데 그 전에 아이스크림 가게 찾아서 같이 먹으러 갈까요? The meaning of this sentence is it's so good. But before that, should we go find an ice cream shop and eat together? Can you see the grammar as we learned today? 찾다 is find. When we remove 다 from the verb 찾다, the word of verb 찾다 ends with a, so 아서 is used. Then it becomes 찾아서. Repeat after me. 너무 좋죠. 근데 그 전에 아이스크림 가게 찾아서 같이 먹으러 갈까요? Here, 좋아요 is good, 전 is before, 같이 is together. Everyone, what does good say in Korean? Yes, it is 좋아요. So, what does before say in Korean? Yes, this is 전. What do you say together in Korean? Yes, it is 같이. Yes, repeat after me. 너무 좋죠. 근데 그 전에 아이스크림 가게 찾아서 같이 먹으러 갈까요? 너무 좋죠. 근데 그 전에 아이스크림 가게 찾아서 같이 먹으러 갈까요? Yes, I'll buy you ice cream. Then I'd like to eat green tea flavored ice cream. Would you also taste green tea? 아니요, 저는 녹차 알레르기가 있어서 바닐라 맛 아이스크림 먹을래요. This sentence means, no, I'm allergic to green tea, so I want to eat vanilla flavored ice cream. Can you see the grammar also we learned today? When we remove the da from the verb 있다, the verb of the verb 있다 ends with a. So also is used. Then it becomes 있어서. If I read it, say it out loud. 아니요, 저는 녹차 알레르기가 있어서 바닐라 맛 아이스크림 먹을래요. 아니요, 저는 녹차 알레르기가 있어서 바닐라 맛 아이스크림 먹을래요. Here, 녹차 is green tea. Everyone, what does green tea say in Korean? Yes, it's 녹차. Yes, that's all for today's conversation class. Then the conversation class ends here. Then can teacher Ethan and Kelly organize today's class?
Everyone, did you enjoy the conversation class? From now on, we will review.
Yes, today we learn also and also. Also and also are a grammar used in sentences that connect closely related verbs and regular action over time. It should be used when the one action in front presupposes or influences the action in the back. And it should be used when an action must occur before the second action can occur.
Yes, let's understand it more easily through example sentences. This is the first example sentence. 놀이공원에 가서 롤러코스터를 탔어요. Okay, this sentence contains two sentences. The first sentence is 놀이공원에 가다. The second sentence is 롤러코스터를 탔어요. In these two sentences, the second sentence is possible only when the first sentence is present. That's why it can be a sentence like 놀이공원에 가서 롤러코스터를 탔어요. Yes.
Yes, this is the second example sentence. 선물을 사서 친구에게 줘요. This sentence also contains two sentences. The first sentence is 선물을 사다. The second sentence is 친구에게 줘요. Because you have to buy a gift first and give it to a friend second, these two sentences use also to connect.
Then I will explain when you use also and when you use also. First of all, when using also, it is used when the vowel of the previous word is a or o, right? In the second case of the using also, is used when the vowel of the previous word is not a or o.
Oh yes, but they said that there are features in the sentence that use also and also. Ethan, what is it?
Okay, yes, there is three features. The first feature is it is often used with the certain verbs. The verbs are 가다, 오다, 만나다, 만들다, 사다, 일어나다, 내리다. Yes, for example, in the sentence 학교에 가서 공부를 해요. The verb 가다 is used. Another example, in the sentence 집에 와서 밥을 먹어요. The verb 오다 is used.
The second feature is that the subject of the front sentence and the subject of the back sentence must be same. For example, there are two sentences. 나는 학교에 가요 and 나는 공부했어요. When the subject is the same, the two sentences are combined and the subject of the back sentence is subtracted. Then it becomes a sentence. 나는 학교에 가서 공부했어요.
Then the third feature is that also and also are not used with ending indicating tense. For example, if you combine this sentence, 나는 학교에 갔어요 and 나는 공부했어요. We cannot use the past tense such as 나는 학교에 갔어서 공부했어요. If you correct this sentence correctly, it becomes the sentence 나는 학교에 가서 공부했어요.
Yes, everyone, do you now understand correctly about also and also? If you understand, please make a circle over your head. Yes, everybody seems to understand.
Then I will tell you about today's homework. The homework is to change the words in parentheses to fit the grammar using the also and also we learned today. 친구를 만나다 커피를 마셨어요. The word is parentheses can be corrected according to the grammar using also and also.
Yes, don't forget to do your homework, okay?
Finally, it's time to learn today's buzzword in Korea. What's the buzzword today?
만반잘부! 만반잘부 is 만나서 반가워, 잘 부탁해. It is usually used as a first greeting online rather than offline. I encourage you to speak online or offline. Then I will finish the class here. 여러분, 다음 시간에 봐요.
만반잘부! 안녕하세요 여러분. I'm teacher Scott.
And I'm Grace. Before starting today's class, we will first check the correct answer to the homework given in the last class.
This is the correct answer to homework. First, 친구를 만나서 커피를 마셔요. It means meet a friend and have a coffee. Second, 날씨가 더워서 에어컨을 켰어요. It means the weather was hot, so I turned on the air conditioner. Third, 한국 노래가 좋아서 한국어를 배워요. It means I like Korean song, so I learn Korean. Fourth, 배가 아파서 병원에 가요. It means I have a stomachache, so I go to the hospital. Last one, 5. 음식이 맛있어서 많이 먹었어요. It means I ate a lot because the food was delicious. Yes, did you everyone answer the correct homework? Wow, that's great.
Well, before starting today's class, I will review what I learned last time. We learned also and also last time, right? Also and also are a grammar used in sentences that connect closely, relate front and rear actions over time. It should be used when the one action in front presupposed or influence the action in the back. Yes, then Teacher Scott,
Yeah,
can you explain through example sentence?
of course. This is the first example sentence. 놀이공원에 가서 롤러코스터를 탔어요. Do you see that this sentence contains two sentences? The first sentence is 놀이공원에 가다. The second sentence is 롤러코스터를 탔어요. In those two sentences, the second sentence is possible only when the first sentence is present. That's why it can be sentenced like 놀이공원에 가서 롤러코스터를 탔어요. Did you understand? If you understand, please make a circle it over your head. Yeah, thank you. Grace? Then can explain the second example.
Yeah, let's look at the second example together. This is the second example sentence. 선물을 사서 친구에게 줘요. This sentence also contains two sentences. The first sentence is 선물을 사다. The second sentence is 친구에게 줘요. Because you have to buy a gift first and give it to a friend second, these two sentences use 아서 to connect. So, can you explain us when to use 아서 and when to use 어서, Teacher Scott?
Okay, yes, I explained it easily. First of all, when using 아서, it is used when the vowel of the previous word is a or o. In the second case of using 어서, it is used when the vowel of the previous word is not a or o.
Oh yes, but they said that there are features in the sentence that use 아서 and 어서. What is it?
Yes, there are three features. The first feature is it is often used with certain verbs. The verbs are 가다, 오다, 만나다, 만들다, 사다, 일어나다, 내리다. For example, in the sentence 학교에 가서 공부해요. The verb 가다 is used. Okay, another example in the sentence 집에 와서 밥 먹어요. The verb 오다 is used.
The second feature is that the subject of the front sentence and the subject of the back sentence must be the same. For example, there are two sentences. 나는 학교에 가요 and 나는 공부했어요. When the subject is the same, the two sentences are combined and the subject of the back sentence is subtracted. Then it becomes the sentence 나는 학교에 가서 공부했어요.
Okay, the third feature is that 아서 and 어서 are not used with endings indicating tense. For example, if you combine the sentence 나는 학교에 갔어요 and 나는 공부했어요, you cannot use the past tense such as 나는 학교에 갔어서 공부했어요. If you correct this sentence correctly, it becomes the sentence 나는 학교에 가서 공부했어요.
Yes, by solving the problem through example sentence, I think I can accurately remember what I learned last time.
Okay, so, Teacher Grace, can you tell us the table of contents for today?
Yes, I will give you the content for today's class. First, let's learn the grammar concept of Korean. Second, let's do some problem solution to practice the grammar we learned. Third, after solving the problem, we will learn the concept by applying our knowledge. Fourth, we will practice by repeating the conversation directly through conversation class. Lastly, we will take the time to organize the class and announce the homework. Then we will start the class.
Today, what we will learn is 으면 and 면. 으면 and 면 are used after adjectives and verb stems, and it is connecting ending that indicates an assumption or condition. Also, it is used when speaking assuming an uncertain or unfulfilled fact.
Or, in general, it may be used to refer to an obvious fact as a condition for something, or to refer to a simple basis or condition for the fact behind it to come true. Everyone, is it difficult? Let's learn more easily through example sentence. This is the first example sentence. 돈을 많이 벌면 세계 여행을 가고 싶어요. In this sentence, 벌면 is an expression created by adding 면 to the verb 벌다.
Okay, this is the second example sentence. 상한 음식을 먹으면 배탈이 나요. In this sentence, 먹으면 is an expression created by adding 으면 to the verb 먹다. The pronoun sentence is 상한 음식을 먹다, and the back sentence is 배탈이 납니다. Therefore, the condition is 상한 음식을 먹다. Like this, adjective and verb plus 땡땡면 is used when expressing assumption or conditions.
Yes. Then shall we find out the from of 면 and 으면? 으면 is used after verbs and adjective with a final consonant. Conversely, 면 is used if there is no final consonant after the verb and adjective. And when the final consonant is 리을, 면 is used after the verb and adjective.
Yes, then I will explain it a little more easily through example sentences. Okay, this is an example sentence with the final consonant. 한국에 가다 치킨을 드셔보세요. There is no underbased consonant for the verb 가다, right? Then 면 is used at the end, so it becomes 가면. What if verb has an underbased to consonant, Grace?
Yeah, let me explain through the second example sentence. 아이스크림을 먹다 기분이 좋아져요. Does the verb in this sentence have a consonant? Then we use 으면 at the end. Then it becomes 먹으면. How is it? Do you understand? Yes, thank you.
Okay, this is the third example sentence. 질문이 있다. 댓글을 남겨주세요. Does this sentence have underbased consonant? Then we use 으면 at the end. Then the verbs 있다 and 으면 are combined to form 있으면.
Yeah. Next, I will show you an example sentence through dialogue. 미소 asks, 나나 씨, 이번 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? 나나 answer. 날씨가 좋다. 놀이동산에 갈 거예요. How can we change 날씨가 좋다? Because 날씨가 좋다 has a consonant in 좋다. 으면 is used at the end. Then the verbs 좋다 and 으면 are combined to from 좋으면. Let's read them all together. 미소 ask, 나나씨, 이번 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? 나나 answer, 날씨가 좋으면 놀이동산에 갈 거예요. One more. 미소 ask, 나나씨, 이번 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? 나나 answer, 날씨가 좋으면 놀이동산에 갈 거예요.
Let's look at another dialogue. 나나, 미소 씨는 만약에 복권에 당첨되다 무엇을 하고 싶어요? 미소, 저는 일단 회사를 그만두고 쉬고 싶어요. In this case, 당첨되다 hasn't under based consonant, so 당첨되다 and 면 are combined to become 당첨되면.
Yes, through example sentence, I can understand exactly how 으면 and 면 are used when there is a consonant and when there is no consonant. Did you understand? If you understand, please make a circle over your head. Yes, thank you. Then, this time we will have time to practice while solving problems that apply the grammar you learned today.
Hello, I am Kangmin.
And I'm Koi, who will be with you to solve problems. Now let's solve the grammar problem we learned today. The first problem will be solved with us, and from the second problem, we will give you a little time, so please try it. This is the first problem. 잘 모르다. 선생님한테 물어보세요. What should we change to 모르다? Yes, the correct answer is 모르면. The verb 모르다 doesn't have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 모르면. Did you all understand? Yes, let's read them all together. 잘 모르면 선생님한테 물어보세요. One more time. 잘 모르면 선생님한테 물어보세요. Yes, everyone, isn't it difficult? Shall we solve the next problem, Teacher Gangmin?
Yes, this is the second problem. I will give you a little time to think about from this problem. So I hope you solve it by yourself. Okay, I'll read it first. 많이 아프다. 집에서 쉬세요. What should we change to 아프다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 아프면. The verb 아프다 does not have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 아프면. Did you all understand? Yes, let's read them all together. 많이 아프면 집에서 쉬세요. Okay, repeat after me. 많이 아프면 집에서 쉬세요. Yes, everyone, isn't it difficult? Teacher Chloe, shall we solve the next problem?
Okay, this is the third problem. 시간이 있다. 여행을 가고 싶어요. What should we change to 있다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 있으면. The verb 있다 does have a final consonant, so 으면 is used to make 있으면. Did you all understand? Yes, let's read them all together. 시간이 있으면 여행을 가고 싶어요. One more. 시간이 있으면 여행을 가고 싶어요. Yes, everyone has improved pronunciation a lot. Everyone did very well.
Yes, it may be difficult to solve these problems at first, but as you keep practicing, learning Korean will become easier and easier.
Yes, thank you, teacher Kangmin. What kind of problem are you going to solve this time?
Yes, this time we will fill in the blanks in the sentence. Okay, I read it first. A. 택시를 타다. 빨리 갈 수 있어요? B. Answer. 아니요. 이 시간에는 지하철이 더 빨라요. Okay, what should we change it to 택시를 타다? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 택시를 타면. The verb 타다 does not have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 타면. Then let's read the sentence together. A. 택시를 타면 빨리 갈 수 있어요? B. Answer. 아니요. 이 시간에는 지하철이 더 빨라요. Okay, read it one more
제가
time.
찾은 결과입니다.
시리야.
스피커 꺼낼 수 있어?
네,
자식 이거.
처음부터?
5분 됐어.
5분 지났어?
5분이에요. 5분
오케이, 10부터 자세 그대로. Then let's read the sentence together. A. 택시를 타면 빨리 갈 수 있어요? B. Answer. 아니요. 이 시간에는 지하철이 더 빨라요. Okay, let's read it one more time. A. 택시를 타면 빨리 갈 수 있어요? B. 아니요. 이 시간에는 지하철이 더 빨라요. Yes, good job.
This is the second problem. A. 회의가 일찍 끝나다. 같이 식사할까요? B. 네, 좋아요. What should we change it to 끝나다? I will give you 5 seconds again. Try to solve it. Yes, the correct answer is 끝나면. The verb 끝나다 doesn't have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 끝나면. Let's read it together. A. 회의가 일찍 끝나면 같이 식사할까요? B. 네, 좋아요. One more. A. 회의가 일찍 끝나면 같이 식사할까요? B. 네, 좋아요. You did very well.
Okay, then let's solve the final problem of filling in the blanks. A. 돈이 생기다. 뭐 하고 싶어요? B. 여행을 가고 싶어요. What should we change it to 생기다? I will give you 5 seconds, so think about it and try it out. Yes, the correct answer is 생기면. The verb 생기다 does not have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 생기면. Then let's read the sentence together. A. 돈이 생기면 뭐 하고 싶어요? B. 여행을 가고 싶어요. Okay, one more time. A. 돈이 생기면 뭐 하고 싶어요? B. 여행을 가고 싶어요. Yes, excellent. Everyone solved the problem very well.
Yes, this time let's solve the right words. 비가 와요. 그러면 밖에 나가지 않아요. I combined those two sentences together into one sentence. What's the right word for the underline here? I will give you 5 seconds, so please realize it. Yes, the correct answer is 오면. The verb 오다 doesn't have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 오면. Let's read it together. 비가 오면 밖에 나가지 않아요. I will read it one more time. 비가 오면 밖에 나가지 않아요.
Okay, let's solve the second problem. 기분이 좋다. 그러면 노래해요. What's the right word for the underline here? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 좋으면. The verb 좋다 does have a final consonant, so 으면 is used to make 좋으면. Let's read it together again. 기분이 좋으면 노래해요. Okay, one more time. 기분이 좋으면 노래해요. Yes, everyone did very well. Okay, everyone is following you so well.
This is the third problem. 어려운 일이 생겨요. 그러면 저한테 전화하세요. How do we solve this problem? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 생기면. The verb 생기다 doesn't have a final consonant, so 으면 is used to make 좋으면. Let's read it together again. 어려운 일이 생기면 저한테 전화하세요. One more. 어려운 일이 생기면 저한테 전화하세요.
Okay, this is the last problem. 홈페이지를 다 만들어요. 그러면 보여드릴게요. How do we solve this problem? I will give you 5 seconds. Yes, the correct answer is 만들면. Because the final consonant of the verb 만들다 is real. 면 is used to make 만들면. Okay, let's read it together again. 홈페이지를 다 만들면 보여드릴게요. One more. 홈페이지를 다 만들면 보여드릴게요. Everyone did very well.
For this problem, you just need to replace the word wrong but with the right one. Let's solve the first problem. 보다. 보다. What should we change it to 보다? Yes, good job. It is 보면. The verb 보다 doesn't have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 보면.
Okay, next problem. 먹다. 먹다. What should we change it to 먹다? Yes, great. It is 먹으면. The verb 먹다 does have a final consonant, so 으면 is used to make 먹으면.
Next problem. 아프다. 아프다. What should we change it to 아프다? Yes, it is 아프면. The verb 아프다 doesn't have a final consonant, so 면 is used to make 아프면.
Okay, next problem. 살다. 살다. What should we change it to 살다? Yes, good job. It is 살면. Because the final consonant of the verb 살다 is real. 면 is used to make 살면.
Yes, everyone was so good. This is the end of the problem solving time.
Okay, next time I will invite Scott and Kelly to have a conversation time. Teacher Scott, Kelly.
Everyone from Conversation Time is back. I'm Teacher Kelly.
And Scott, who will teach you conversation. Everyone, today we are going to Lotte World.
Have you ever been to Lotte World?
Yes, I know Lotte World very well. Lotte World is popular throughout the year. It is the largest indoor theme park and outdoor too. In addition to the rides, Lotte World has a lot of fun, such as an ice rink and an aquarium.
Yes, I also remember going to the Lotte World when I was a kid with my family. The rides I used at the time were really fun, so I can't forget the memory. Then, shall we go to Lotte World?
Kelly, it is the perfect weather for today. Let's play until late this evening.
그래. 근데 우리 들어가기 전에 사진 먼저 찍으면 안 될까?
Okay, repeat after me. 그래. 근데 우리 들어가기 전에 사진 찍으면 안 될까?
The meaning of this sentence is yes, but can we take a picture before we enter in? Can you see the grammar we learned today? 으면 written? Yes, 사진 찍다 is a take a picture. When 다 is removed from the verb 찍다, 으면 is used because there is a final consonant. So it becomes 찍으면.
So, let me read it again. 그래. 근데 우리 들어가기 전에 사진 찍으면 안 될까?
Yes. 그래. 근데 우리 들어가기 전에 사진 찍으면 안 될까?
Here, 우리 is we. 들어가다 is enter. And 사진 is picture. Everyone, what does we say in Korean? Yes, it is 우리. So, what does enter say in Korean? Yes, it is to 들어가다. And last one, what does picture say in Korean? Yes, this is a 사진. You really remember it.
Then let's read it again. 그래. 근데 우리 들어가기 전에 사진 찍으면 안 될까?
I'll read it again. 그래. 근데 우리 들어가기 전에 사진 찍으면 안 될까?
Oh, they also lend school uniforms here?
Wow, there are a lot of nice school uniforms.
Let's go get on the rides right away. Wear our school uniform.
놀이기구 타러 가기 전에 추러스 먼저 먹으면 안 될까?
놀이기구 타기 전에 추러스 먼저 먹으면 안 될까?
What this sentence means? Can we eat churros first before riding the rides? Can you see the grammar? 으면 we learned today is used here. 먹다 is eat. When 다 is removed from the verb 먹다, we can add 으면 because there is a final consonant. So it becomes 먹으면.
Yes, repeat after me slowly. 놀이기구 타기 전에 추러스 먼저 먹으면 안 될까?
And quickly. 놀이기구 타기 전에 추러스 먼저 먹으면 안 될까?
Here, 놀이기구를 타다 is ride a ride. Everyone, what does ride a ride say in Korean? Yes, it's 놀이기구를 타다. Okay, let's read it again. 놀이기구 타기 전에 추러스 먼저 먹으면 안 될까?
Repeat after me. 놀이기구 타기 전에 추러스 먼저 먹으면 안 될까? I think your pronunciation sounds like Korean. Okay, churros looks good. Let's go eat churros now.
Yeah. Oh, now that I ate the churros, let's go ride a ride.
Wow, it all looks fun. Shall we ride Gyroscope?
저거 타면 너무 무서울 것 같아. 우리 그냥 바이킹 타자.
Repeat after me. 저거 타면 너무 무서울 것 같아. 우리 그냥 바이킹 타자.
Yes, the meaning of this sentence is I think it's too scary to ride that. Let's just ride a biking. Oh, can you see the grammar 면 we learned today written? Yeah, 타다 is ride. When 타 is removed from the verb 타다, we can use 면 because there is no final consonant. So it becomes 타면.
Okay, everyone, let's read it again, but slowly. 저거 타면 너무 무서울 것 같아. 우리 그냥 바이킹 타자.
Yes, repeat after me slowly. 저거 타면 너무 무서울 것 같아. 우리 그냥 바이킹 타자.
Here, 저거 is that, and 무서움 is scary. Everyone, what does that say in Korean? Yes, it is 저거. And what does scary say in Korean? Yes, it is 무서움. Oh my
Yes. And repeat after me slowly. 저거 타면 너무 무서울 것 같아. 우리 그냥 바이킹 타자.
저거 타면 너무 무서울 것 같아. 우리 그냥 바이킹 타자.
Wow, biking was so fun.
저쪽에 가면 기념품 가게가 있대. 거기 가보자.
저쪽에 가면 기념품 가게가 있대. 거기 가보자. The meaning of this sentence is there is a souvenir shop over there. Let's go there. 가다 is go. Here, 가면 is the basic form of 가다 with 다 removed and 면 added. Okay, let's read it again. 저쪽에 가면 기념품 가게가 있대. 거기 가보자.
Repeat after me. 저쪽에 가면 기념품 가게가 있대. 거기 가보자. Here, 기념품 is souvenir. 가게 is store. And 저쪽 is there. Everyone, what does souvenir in Korean? Yes, it is 기념품. What was store in Korean? Yes, it is 가게. And last one. Then, what was there in Korean? Yes, it is 저쪽.
Yes, you did so well. Then repeat after me out loud. 저쪽에 가면 기념품 가게가 있대. 거기 가보자.
And repeat after Scott. 저쪽에 가면 기념품 가게가 있대. 거기 가보자. Yeah, it's great to see your passionate mind. Here, today's class is done. Did you enjoy the conversation time?
Yes, thank you. Isn't it difficult? Yes, great. Then, can teacher Grace organize today's class?
Yes, did you enjoy today's conversation class? Then we will take the time to organize the whole things with us.
Let's review 으면 and 면. 으면 and 면 are used after adjectives and verb stems, and it is connecting ending that indicates an assumption or condition. Also, it is used when speaking assuming uncertain or unfulfilled facts.
Or, in general, it may be used to refer to an obvious fact as a condition for something, or to refer to a simple basis or condition for the fact behind it to come true. Let's practice with an example sentence. This is the first example sentence. 돈을 많이 벌면 세계 여행을 가고 싶어요. In this sentence, 벌면 is an expression created by adding 면 to the verb 벌다.
This is the second example sentence. 상한 음식을 먹으면 배탈이 나요. In this sentence, 먹으면 is an expression created by adding 으면 to the verb 먹다. The front sentence is 상한 음식을 먹다. And the back sentence is 배탈이 납니다. Therefore, the condition is 상한 음식을 먹다. Like this, adjective and verb plus 무엇을 면 is used when expressing assumption or conditions.
Yes, then shall we review the form of 면 and 으면? 으면 is used after verbs and adjective with a final consonant. Conversely, 면 is used if there is no under-based consonant after the verb and adjective. And when the final consonant is 리을, 면 is used after the verb and adjective.
Then, let's review more through example sentences. This is an example sentence without the final consonant. 한국에 가다 치킨을 드셔보세요. There is no under-based consonant for the verb 가다, right? Then 면 is used at the end, so it becomes 가면. What if a verb has a consonant, Grace?
Yeah, let me explain through the second example sentence. 아이스크림을 먹다. 기분이 좋아져요. Does the verb in this sentence have a consonant? Then we use 으면 at the end. Then it becomes 먹으면. How is it? Do you understand? Yes, thank you.
This is the third example sentence. 질문이 있다. 댓글을 남겨주세요. Does this sentence have under-based consonant for the verb? Then we use 으면 at the end. Then the verbs 있다 and 으면 are combined to form 있으면.
Yeah, next I will show you an example sentence through dialogue. 미소 asks, 나나 씨, 이번 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? 나나 answer, 날씨가 좋다. 놀이동산에 갈 거예요. How can we change 날씨가 좋다? Because 날씨가 좋다 has an under-based consonant in 좋다. 으면 is used at the end. Then the verbs 좋다 and 으면 are combined to form 좋으면. Let's read them all together. 미소 asks, 나나 씨, 이번 주말에 뭐 할 거예요? 나나 answer, 날씨가 좋으면 놀이동산에 갈 거예요. Let's look at another dialogue.
Okay, it's my turn. 미소 씨는 만약에 복권에 당첨되다. 무엇을 하고 싶어요? 저는 일단 회사를 그만두고 쉬고 싶어요. In this case, 당첨되다 has an under-based consonant, so 당첨되다 and 면 are combined to become 당첨되면.
Did you understand? If you understand, please make a circle over your head. Yes, thank you.
Yes, everyone seems to have a very good understanding of what we learned today. Then we will tell you the homework by using 으면 and 면 to replace the underlined verb into a proper sentence. Yes, I hope everyone does not forget their homework. Then it's the last time, buzzword.
Today's buzzword is 답정너. 답정너 is 답은 정해져 있으니까 너는 대답만 해. The meaning of this sentence is you only answer because the answer is fixed. It is a person who decides the answer he wants to hear in advance and asks the other person a question to give him the answer he wants. Do you have such friends or people around you? If so, say 답정너. Then I will finish the class here. 여러분, 다음 시간에 봐요.
Hello everyone. Today's my lecture will be about conversation. Did you guys enjoy the class? Okay, great. So let's get started. When you guys think about conversation, I'm sure you guys all have a daily conversation with your friends, with your family. You talk about, sometimes you gossip. Sometimes you talk about your favorite movie, your favorite car, your favorite shoes, and so on and so forth. But today, that's not the conversation that I want to talk about, but something even deeper and something that is very necessary in our lives. A mentor told us that true wisdom is knowing your shortcomings. Everyone, look at these quadruplets here. They all graduated from college at the same time, happily bound together as one. I think this is the kind of relationship everyone is looking for with family members, with friends, to be one-hearted and to be connected. But everyone, before we jump over into anything else, let us talk a little bit about relationships. I want you guys to take out a piece of paper and grab a pen. And I'm going to ask you guys 3 questions. Did you all grab your paper and pen? Show me your paper and pen. Okay, awesome. My first question to you is, why is maintaining a healthy relationship important? Again, why is maintaining a healthy relationship important? Second, what do you want from your relationship? You can also write the answers in the chat box. Second, what do you want from your relationship? Thirdly, what do you think is the major thing that needs to be changed or be improved in your relationship? Okay, you got all 3? Okay, you can give the answers for all 3 in the chat box, or you can just write it on your paper. That's fine. All right, awesome. Why do we talk about relationship? Because that's the goal that everyone have in life. Everyone wants to have a perfect relationship with their peers, with their friends, with their families, because that's the only way that we can be happy. But in order to have a healthy relationship, something is very important. That is being able to open and connect with family members. Everyone, there's a saying from a book that I've read called Navigating the Heart. Just like the river, there's a way that the man's heart flows. There's a way that the heart flows. Everyone, just like electricity flows through electrical wires, when they're connected, then the electricity flows from one end to the next. At the same time, our hearts need to flow from one to another, but it needs to connect first. If I'm trying to use a fan that's not connected to the electricity, then it's never going to work, no matter what I do. Then the connection is very important. So we need to learn how to connect our hearts, but the problem is we often find ourselves with our hearts closed and locked away. And when our hearts are closed and locked away, difficulty starts to happen. So difficulty arises when our hearts are closed and locked away and isolated. But everyone, we need to learn how to open our hearts. We need to learn how to open our hearts. And when we are opening our hearts, first of all, we need to know and acknowledge that our hearts are closed. When you acknowledge that fact, then and only then will you be able to open up and connect with people around you. Let me tell you a story. This story is titled, When Hearts Are Connected, Change is Inevitable. Everyone, there were 2 babies that was born together. When they were born, one of them was born very sick and one of them was born very healthy. Now, the one that was born very sick, the doctors at that time, they always thought that separating them is much better and really is really good for the baby, because the virus won't transfer from one to the next and they have no idea what the actual virus is. But the parents did not want that. As they saw their poor little baby laying there, they wanted them to be together. Mom and dad cannot touch the baby, so they put both of the babies in the same incubator, which was not recommended by the doctors. But something amazing happened. While they were in the incubator, one of the sisters took her hands and put it on her sister that was sick. And while she put her hands on her sister that was sick, amazing change started to happen. She started to get better and better and better. And in the end, they were both healed, and now they both graduated college, and they're living a happy life. This is the power of connection, everyone. When two hearts are connected, then change starts to happen. When people are connected with each other, no matter what, you have to change. Everyone, connection is important. But in order to have connection, there's something we need, and that is conversation. Let me go ahead and show you a video, and then we will continue our conversation.
You ain't got to do nothing, Uncle Phil. Hey, ain't like I'm still 5 years old, Ain't like I'm gonna be sitting up every night asking my mom, when's daddy coming home, Who needs him? Hey, he wasn't there to teach me how to shoot my first basket, but I learned, didn't I? Hey, I got pretty damn good at it too, didn't I, Uncle Phil? Got through my first date without him, right? I learned how to drive, I learned how to shave, I learned how to fight without him. I had 14 great birthdays without him. He never even sent me a damn card. To hell with him!
When I was a girl, I hated myself. I thought I was broken, that no one could or ever would love me. It's the only way a child can grow up when their father abandons them.
Felicity.
All I ever wanted to know was why. What was so wrong with me that you would leave?
They did it all. No thanks to you, because you weren't here.
And I appreciate that, Fiona. But I'm here now, and Liam belongs with me.
He doesn't even know who you are.
I'm his mother.
You are my mother, too.
I ain't need him then, and I don't need him now.
Will.
Nah, you know what, Uncle Phil? I'm gonna get through college without him. I'm gonna get a great job without him. I'm gonna marry me a beautiful honey, and I'm having me a whole bunch of kids. I'm gonna be a better father than he ever was. And I sure as hell don't need him for that, because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids. How come he don't want me, man?
You don't like me much, do you, Mason? That's okay, I don't like me either. Think that's funny, huh? You think that's fucking funny? What's the matter? You feeling left out? Clean it up! Clean it up.
Look at how you looking. What are you doing?
Listen, he has nothing to do with him.
What are you doing? Easy, take it easy, take it easy. God, pure. I'm gonna. Don't you ever touch her again! You hear me? You gotta go, Mommy's gotta go. He can't stay here.
When you guys watch this video, what do you think is missing from these families? Love? Concern? Care? More than that, everyone, I think conversation is missing. Yes, of course, they do talk about some things, but we can see that there is no connection, because the actual thing is they don't talk about the depths of their hearts, the things that are bottled down in their heart. And we saw Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the clip that we just saw. There were things that was boiled up at the bottom of his heart. Actually, he just wants to find out the answer. He wants to connect with his father again. But people don't know how to do that. There are problems in families, in households. They all want to live a happy life. They all want to connect with each other, but there's a problem. Their hearts are locked away and isolated, but they do not acknowledge it. So they only talk about things that on the surface. Or they just use excuses to express themselves. But the truth is, there is something in the bottom of their hearts that is not being expressed. If only they can be able to acknowledge the fact that they're isolated and not sharing, then they can be able to express their hearts freely, and these kind of misunderstandings and problems with the family will be resolved. But not only that, there's something else, everyone. Do you know what is counterattack? Now, counterattack is when you're playing boxing, right? And someone strikes at you, then you have to strike back. That's counterattack. In other words, when a certain thought or some kind of, thought, let's say let some kind of thought enter your heart, don't just run with it, but hit back and see if that thought is right. See if that is actually true. Check. In other words, have a conversation. But everyone, what I want to tell you through this is that, yes, there are many people that wants to resolve these problems and have conversation, but the fact of the matter is that there's a reason why their hearts are locked and closed away. That's because they might have some kind of thing that happened to them before that caused their hearts to lock away or to close away from people around them. There are actually superficial reasons. There could be some problem that happened in a family. There could be a divorce. There could be some kind of failure in their life. But actually, these things wounds people's hearts. And based on words and actions as well, as you saw in the video that we just watched. Where were you 20 years of my life? Why are you showing up now? If my father was gone for 20 years of my life, how much pain would my heart be in? My father was not missing for 20 years of my life, but actually he was missing on a monthly basis. Sometimes he would go away for 2 months and come back. So I would think, where is my father? Why isn't he in my life as much as he should? So I resented my father a lot inside of my heart. But now I don't. But back then I did. But the reason why I did that, because I was hurt. I was hurt. And I'm sure that many people, they close their heart towards their family members because they might have been hurt. So these superficial reasons, they cause the heart aches. They cause wounds in people's hearts. And later on, the heart becomes sick. The heart becomes diseased. And then that leads to something even more severe. When your heart become, when you're hurt, when you're wounded, it causes your heart to go into isolation, and that leads to different thoughts. That's why people end up committing suicide. People end up doing crime that they regret, that they don't want to do. Why is that so? Are these superficial causes, these superficial reasons, the actual reason why people close their hearts? I want to say to you, not at all. That's not the actual reason. There is a fundamental reason why people close their hearts. That is because their hearts are weak, everyone. Their hearts are weak. What do I mean by weak? They are not able to overcome a challenge or a burden that they face. Going to someone that has hurt me and talking to them is very challenging. It's very difficult. Expressing my heart, how I feel to someone that I'm afraid of, it's very difficult. Expressing my heart to my parents when I think that they're going to become angry because of what I've done is very difficult. But you have to know that you must go past the difficulty in order to overcome that barrier that's blocking you from having the relationship. How can you remove that barrier? Conversation, everyone. But how can you go to the point of having conversation? You need to have a strong heart to challenge that barrier, that burdensome situation. You have to challenge it. So we see that people, they are becoming isolated. Their hearts are difficult. They're not having a proper relationship, not because of those superficial reasons. Of course, we might have been hurt. Of course, we might have had some bad experiences. But you cannot close your hearts forever, or else you're going to live a very isolated life. Then we need to have conversation. And how can we have conversation? How can we connect with each other? We need to acknowledge the fact that I'm wounded. Acknowledge the fact that I've closed my heart. And acknowledge the fact that the actual reason why I'm hurting is because my heart is weak. Everyone, just like how people build muscle on their body. They work out every day because they build muscle, right? It makes their body strong. That's why people work out and they build muscle. I'm actually working out now because I got a little fat here during quarantine. But I'm trying to bring back those 8-packs that I used to have. Yes, I did have them. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that we build muscle because we want our body to be strong and healthy. In the same way, in order for our hearts to be healthy, we need to have muscles in our hearts. We need to have muscles in our hearts. In other words, we need to have a strong heart, everyone. A strong heart. So the fundamental cause of this, the fundamental cause of us, closing our hearts or locking away our hearts is actually because of a weak heart. And that's why we fall. That's because we avoid difficulties and burdens. So everyone, I want to tell you, do not avoid difficulties and burdens. If there's someone that is hurting you or someone that you've closed your heart to, walk up to them, face them, and express your heart from the bottom. Everything that deep down in your heart, express it to them, how you feel. Once, I was hurt a lot by my father growing up. My father always beat my mom when I was growing up. I couldn't understand, so I closed my heart. And the only thing that I was thinking about was hatred, anger, and I just wanted to kill him and get rid of him. Honestly, that was my heart. I never expressed this to anyone else, but I had this heart. And not just me, all of my brothers and my sisters, we had this heart. So one day we saw ourselves even planning to get rid of our dad. In other words, kill him. That's how far it went. But I met this mind education. And after I met IYF, I learned about how to open my heart and how to have a strong heart. Even though I was hurt so badly, and I never wanted to express it to my dad, they pushed me and told me, talk to your dad. Your dad does not hate you. A father does not hate his son, no matter what. He loves him. There's a reason why your father is doing what he has done. Go and talk to him. Express your heart. And so I did. Everyone, when I finally expressed my heart to my father, he was so happy. That conversation built a relationship between me and my father. And now we can have a conversation whenever, however. And I was so thankful to IWF for that. Everyone, the reason why I was locked away in pain and suffering, of course, beating my mom, that's terrible. But if I was supposed to close my heart for the rest of my life, I would never have a relationship with my father. But when I finally expressed my heart to him and how I felt for the many years, my father said, son, I want to put that in the past. In other words, my father wants to start a new relationship with me. In other words, he was sorry for everything. He blamed himself for everything, even to the point where he tried to commit suicide. That's when I saw that my father really regretted everything that he has done bad to us and my mom. And so I was able to forgive him inside of my heart. And now we have a beautiful relationship. Everyone, the reason why you're suffering, the reason why you're in pain and agony is not because of the things that happened. The actual reason, the fundamental cause is because your heart is weak. So you need to learn how to have a strong mindset. Let me give you a tip on how to have that strong mindset to maintain that healthy relationship of yours. First thing you need to do is to reflect upon your heart. Reflect upon it, and you need to own it. Own what? Own the fact that I am broken. Own the fact that my heart is closed. Own the fact that I have a weak heart. And then you need to share it. Express your heart to other people. Express your heart and share your heart with them. Open your heart and express what you feel. And then next one is you connect. Once you're able to connect your heart with them, then you will start to see change, everyone. I want to share these 6 points with you. And remember, reflect it, own it, share it, open, connect, and then you will see change. You have to acknowledge your shortcomings. You're not always right. Of course, you might have been hurt. Of course, some things might have happened in your life. But what about you? Have you not done anything wrong? Have you not made any mistakes in your life? Surely we all have mistakes. We all have shortcomings. So why do we think it's the other person's fault? Why do we think only that person is wrong and I'm right? Everyone, no. We also have flaws. We also have made mistakes in our life. We also need to recognize that I also have shortcomings. So when we look in the mirror and reflect on ourselves and see that I also have shortcomings, then I will be able to think about the person that I have closed my heart to. Why do we close our hearts to them? Because they have done something wrong. They have shown their shortcomings. We have seen their shortcomings. So we think that it's the right thing to do to close our hearts to them, to make them feel difficult. We're thinking that we're spiting them. But actually, more than that person, you are in pain and you're in suffering. So you need to change your perspective. You need to change your perspective of a relationship. You need to know that you're not always right. You could be wrong. What if you're misunderstanding that person? Of course, majority of the times, it could be that that person have hurt you, but what if you're misunderstanding? What if what you're thinking is not right, everyone? Let's take a look at these examples. I want to show you this. Look at this picture. Are these two the same shade? Are they? What do you think? Yes or no? Type in the chat box. Are they the same shade? Okay, some people are saying yes. Some people are saying no. Okay, let's take a look at the other picture. What do you guys think? Everybody's like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. Yes, when you look at the first picture, it seems like they're different color or different shade, right? But when you actually put a bar in between and cover that lighted area, they're the same. It's just how the light is shining on it. It's the same color. Everyone, do not believe what you see. Your perspective is not always right. What you see is not always right, everyone. You need to know that I could be wrong. You need to know that what I'm seeing is not always what's true. And you need to acknowledge that I also have flaws. I also have shortcomings. Only then, when you acknowledge that, you will realize I need to open my heart. I need to share my heart. And then you can be able to connect with someone. Everyone, do you know the person that you want to have a relationship with? Do you know that person very well? How much do you know that person? Think about it. Do you know everything about that person? Then why do you say, or why do you act as if you know them? Why do you close your heart to them? Why do you judge them from a far distance? Just because you have seen some bad things about them. Of course, that pain might be excruciating and so deep in your heart, but that does not give you the reason to close your heart forever, because you're going to live with that pain, suffering, and misery for the rest of your life if you keep your hearts closed. So what do you need to do? You need to get to know that person. How do you do that? You need to open up. If you don't open up, they cannot enter. When you open up, they can enter. Their hearts can enter. Then you can get to know that person very well. And then that person also, you realize that they are open to you as well. Do not judge by the circumstances. Know your shortcomings. There's a saying, knowing a man well never leads to hate. And also always leads to love. Nearly, most of the time, always leads to love. Everyone, do not close your hearts. Please open your hearts. Do you know, when water remains still and does not move, do you know what happens to water? Water becomes stagnant, smelly, not good. When it doesn't flow, it becomes rotten, stagnant, stink. Our hearts are the same. If our heart's stuck in one place and doesn't flow with anyone, if you don't share your hearts with anyone, then do you know what happens? Your heart becomes stagnant. Stagnant with despair, sadness, and all the negative thoughts. But when water is flowing, just like water flows, right? Just like how water needs to flow to remain fresh. Just like how water needs to flow to remain fresh, our hearts need to flow to remain happy. Our hearts need to flow to remain fresh as well. We need to always empty out our hearts and receive something new. There has to be a flow. But when you keep your heart closed and locked up, it will become like the water that is not flowing. stagnant, stink, smelly. No change. But when it's flowing continually, then the water is fresh. Our hearts are fresh. We become happy. We have a smile on our face. Everyone, conversation starts when you know your shortcomings. When you know that your heart is closed, locked away, and when you know that I could be wrong as well. Do not trust what you think. Do not trust what you see alone. Have a conversation and check. Check with that person. Express your heart to that person. See that what you're thinking is not always what that person is thinking as well. It can only be resolved, everyone, through conversation. But conversation comes when you acknowledge. Acknowledge the fact that I'm not always right. Acknowledge the fact that I need help. I'm lost. My heart is locked away in darkness. Acknowledge that fact. Then when you acknowledge that fact, even though nobody asks you, you will go and express your heart and share your heart, and you guys will totally see the difference. You will see the change. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you guys can open your hearts and connect with your friends, with your family, and everyone around you. Thank you so much. We will finish here.
어딘가 들어본 듯한 이 멜로디 떠올라 작은 기억들이 my memories 날 담아서 finding courage too much 기억할 수 없는데 험한 가 loser 어딘가 들어본 듯한 이 멜로디 떠올라 작은 기억들이 my memories 날 담아서 finding courage too much 기억할 수 없는데 험한 가 loser 난 처음 너의 바람이 되고 싶어 세상을 다 주겠다고 약속을 해 많은 눈들의 착하게 나에게 논란이 되어 너만 힘들게 했지 더 잃을 것도 없었는데 난 너와 비교해서 참 나는 못돼 사람이 됐고 모든 내 말들은 널 위한 거였단 핑계가 돼 이제 혼자 살기에는 버거운 집과 혼자 앉아있기 너무 커서 소파도 다 쓰지도 못하는 돈과 널 데려다 줄 만한 큰 차 못 다 가져버리고 나서 난 TV에 너와 함께 보던 영화 너 나오다가 혼자만 옆에 없잖아 너가 하루 종일 싸우고 하는 채 잠들어도 좋아 다 괜찮으니 와서 채워주라 이 소파 혼자 네 공간이 너무 꼭 필요해 너가 어딘가 들어본 듯한 이 멜로디 떠올라 작은 기억들이 my memories 날 담아서 finding courage too much 기억할 수 없는데 험한 가 loser 어딘가 들어본 듯한 이 멜로디 떠올라 작은 기억들이 my memories 날 담아서 finding courage too much 기억할 수 없는데 험한 가 loser 오늘 것 같았던 약속을 손은 잡아주겠다던 너와 나 앞이 안 보일 때 너가 돼주네 겨울에 함께 봤던 타올랐지 아무리 추워도 나 with you 불이 꺼져 잘 만남 I don't love you 너만 알던 때 그때 그 기억인 듯 아직도 너 듣던 노래들의 가사들 뻔한 듯했던 그 멜로디가 익숙하던 예전 그대로 고정돼 있던 곡 뻔하던 그 제목 초라해질까봐 난 말을 못했어